This is Lost Tribes. It's a 3-player IMO game on a medium map. I'm trying to plan out which way to move my warrior there, and I just noticed that fish over there on the right. So I think that's probably the most likely place for a village. No guarantee, but there was one there, luckily. So this spawn doesn't look very good at all, honestly. I mean, I got, what, 3 fish? I got no trees around my capital. My second village has, well, 3 fish as well, and 1 fruit and a tree. So with IMO, you want to pop a giant in either your capital or your second village. But there's not enough resources, and I screw this up too. I got my monument here on turn 5, and I don't even use it. I forget about it. So yeah, I was looking at that's a spawn guide someone posted on Discord, but it was wrong. So I'm gonna use another image on it. And if this one's wrong too, I've got, which it is, it's wrong. See, because it put my third opponent down in the far south, and as you can tell by that frozen block, Polaris is right there. So I don't think that spawn guide is going to help me at all. I'm not going to pull it up ever again, honestly. So we do discover when we got climbing here, I've got 4 mines, and they're in a perfect square. So I'm already thinking that might be very useful. So yeah, I'm going to go for smithery, just to try to maximize the resources I can get from those mines. And it also helped me with the problem I stated earlier, but I didn't have a lot of resources around my capital. So it's already turn 8. I don't have my giant I was supposed to pop on turn 5 or 6. So we need to play some catch up here. So hopefully the forges do that. And I was just drawing out how I was going to lay the forges out there. Also here, this is kind of important too. That rider can only move 3 squares, even with 3 tiles, even with roads. As long as I keep that village empty, he can't attack it. So yeah, we've got our smithery. We've got our 3 villages around our 4 mines there. And we pop our first giant now, turn 9. So we're late. We're 2 to 3 turns late on our giant. But that's okay, because we've got this narrow 1-tile passage to our nearest enemy. So we're not too scared. We're going to be over here trying to play catch up. And I know we're in second. Now we're in first. It kind of keeps going back and forth between myself being in first and Barter being in first, which is not bad for a T2 tribe. I'm going to tell you right now, I think IMO is probably my favorite tribe because it's just somewhat difficult, but if you can figure it out, you can reap some rewards. And I mean, there's no clear tech path. Like Barter is going to go for catapults. You're going to see that, and that's just standard. But I mean, I go for swordsmen, and that's not standard. That's not even standard for IMO. So IMO doesn't have any real clear standard, in my opinion, as far as tech path goes. That's one reason it's more interesting to me. So yeah, we're going to enter his village here, and I'm going to slow this down so you don't have to worry about blinking here, because these are the last 2 turns here. So I do get my swordsman in his village, and then I'm going to try to put my rider in the most difficult spot for him I can think of, which is right here, because it's in striking distance of his catapult, and he's only got 1 unit I can see, which is his warrior that can attack it, and won't be able to kill it. Well, of course, he's got his giant as well, but if his giant attacks my rider, it takes a step backwards. So that's why I'm thinking he's not going to attack my rider with his giant. I don't think he wants to take a step backwards. So yeah, I'm kind of wondering, when I put people in a situation like this, I kind of wonder, what is their next move going to be? Because does he want to protect his catapult? Or does he want to protect that village? Because he could move that giant in the village as well. If I was him, I'd probably move that giant in the village. But he wants to keep his giant moving forward. So he doesn't put his giant in that village, which allows me to attack his catapult. So he was kind of thinking along the same direction I was. You don't want to move your giant backwards because they're slow in the first place. So I am happy I attacked his catapult. I'm not really happy with what I do on this turn, though. I think I should have spammed some riders instead of upgrading villages. And it's obviously reverted back to the 4x speed here. So this is the last turn. I've broken 20 stars per turn. I'm at 23, which I'm sure Barter's at more than that. I did get his giant down to 11 health, and I got his catapult down to 1 health. So I've got a 32 health giant in his territory still, and I've also got a full health swordsman. So I'm not sure how the next turn will play out. We'll see what Barter does. Poor Polaris. I haven't even met Polaris yet. He must be expanding to the east. I can see some frozen tiles over the water, the deep water over there. He's probably just trying to stay out of trouble. He wants to stay out of combat right now. So I think he's just trying to find another village that won't be under attack by another opponent. So I was planning on building this village's, well, let me change this color because that's horrible. This village's forge right here, which would have been great. I should have done that. I should have border expanded. I think that forge there would have given me, what, 8 population for a 5-star forge? I don't think I've ever gotten 8 population for something that cost me 5 stars. So that would have been great. Right now I'm in second, but let's see here. I think we're going to check this score out here. So yeah, I'm in second, but Barter's just got a 60-point lead on me. That's still a big deal because I'm first player, so that really means I am behind. But I'm not worried because I still got that that 1 tile space he's got to cross over, and that 1 tile is on my territory, which is important because I can build a road across it and he can't. So we'll see how it turns out. My prediction is it's either myself or Barter, but it's been a fun game.